Hello, everybody. Welcome to Game 3 of the 1986 World Series. It is moved to Anaheim, California now after the first two in Houston. The Astros hold serve at home, winning both games. They lead 2-0. One slight mistake I had said when the series first started, I had said there would be no DH at all, and that was incorrect. In 1986, the home team decided the designated hitter. So in the National League Park, the pitchers hit. In the American League Park, the DH is hit. So the first two games went okay because we're in Houston, so the pitchers hitting was correct. But now that we're in Game 3 and we're in Anaheim for Games 3, 4, and possibly 5, it'll be the designated hitter for both teams going by American League rules. Starting pitchers for today's game for the Houston Astros will be Nolan Ryan, and for the California Angels, their ace Mike Witt. So if you're going to be down 2-0, Angels have the best guy they could have on the mound for them, and arguably the best guy coming up next in Game 4. That's John Candelaria. That's arguably their two hottest pitchers are going in Games 3 and 4 against the Astros, Nolan Ryan and Bob Knepper. So chance here that Anaheim could certainly win the next two games and even this series, but that's why you play the games. There you see the starting lineups with the DHs involved. Terry Poole will be the DH when a righty is on the mound for the Angels. And next game, Game 4, with Candelaria lefty on the mound, Jim Pankovitz will take over as the DH. And, of course, when that happens as well, Dickie Thon will play short in place of Reynolds, and Garner will play third in place of Walling. Angels, pretty much standard lineup, but they're able to DH Reggie Jackson and get George Hendrick's hot bat into the lineup. All right, dice. We're back to more California colors. Blue and white for the results, and the D20 is red. So a little bit easier to see that D20 than that blue T20 I was using earlier. So hopefully things will be okay. We're going to start things off with the center fielder, Billy Hatcher. Let's move Nolan Ryan out of the way. So Billy Hatcher will get the call. He is the leadoff batter, and he has made his presence felt in this series, to say the least. Had a big 2-run homer in Game 1 that pretty much sealed it for the Astros, even though it was in just the third inning, but it set the tone, and the Angels could never recover. And then with 2 outs in the top of the 9th and the tying run at second base, Billy Hatcher made a nice range play catch to end the ball game and save potentially a loss for his team. So he's definitely done the job for the Stros in the first two games. Now that we've moved out of the dome, off the turf, and onto grass in the outdoors, let's see what the Astros can do on the road. Mike Witt facing Hatcher. 1-1 is a blank to a righty. Go to Hatcher. 3-3, and that's a single pass third. So even on the road, Billy Hatcher continues his hot hitting. Single pass third. And let's see if he can get a jump. His attempt is a 9. -1 from Witt is a 8. And he does get the jump. But the question is, does he want to try it? He's a 15, but -4 from Witt drops into an 11. -2 from Boone drops into a 9. It's only a 45% chance. And I'm not sure you want to risk that. So Hatcher will stay put, and Bill Doran will get the call. 4-3, and that is a strikeout chance. 11 is too much. Go to Doran. 3-2, and that is a fly to right field, 1 away. So Doran is retired as Hendrick puts it away, 1 down. Third baseman Denny Walling. We're not going to roll the strategy roll again because if Hatcher didn't go the first time, he's not going to go now, and there's no pickoff attempts, so pointless to do that again. Witt, 2-2. Strikeout plus to a righty, but Walling's a lefty, so it's a blank. 5-3. It's a single pass or single to right field. Billy Hatcher almost certainly will go to third, but we'll double check it just to be sure. But I believe he's going to be automatic on that one. He's a 4. Single to right to go from first to third. You add 2, and that makes him a 6. And the outfielder arm, George Hendrick, he's actually a -1, so it would be a 5. So He's not going to be automatic. It's a 1 to 5. So I stand corrected. 1 to 5. And he will make it. Okay, now it's official. He did make third. But with Hendricks -1 arm, that did make it where he had to actually roll for it. But he did it. Runners are at the corners with only one out. And Glenn Davis, the batter, and Mike Witt in trouble early. No strategy roll needed for Walling because he cannot steal. Infield playing for the double play. Davis is a 2 double play, but Witt's a +1. And with the infield halfway, they make it a 1 to 4. So they're going to play for the double play. 1-1 is a blank to a righty, so Glenn Davis will get the swing. 3-3, and he's going to single past third, and the Astros are on the board, leading it 1-0. And they continue to impress. And the Astros, no matter what game engine it is, it seems like, they seem to really step it up on these replays. Hatcher comes in and scores the RBI single from Glenn Davis. Walling will stop at second. 1-0 Stros, and that brings up Kevin Bass. Again, no strategy roll needed. 3-4, and that's a strikeout chance. That is a 9. Bass strikes out as in 7, but the stadium doesn't do anything, so no strikeout. Bass will swing. 6-6, he's going to ground to short, possible double play. He's a 2. Pitcher adds 1, it's a 3. They're halfway, makes it a 4. The pivot is a 0. So 1 to 4, it's a double play. And it is. 6-4-3 double play ends the inning. So one batter too late. They were hoping to get that off of Glenn Davis, but that didn't happen. So Kevin Bass ends up hitting into the 6-4-3 DP. Cuts the Astros off at just 1 run, but they'll take a 1-run lead any day of the week in the first inning, as they will hand Nolan Ryan that 1-0 lead. And Nolan Ryan on his return to Anaheim. First time back in Anaheim since he left the Angels and went to the Astros. Back in, I believe, 1980 was the year that happened. I believe it was 80. So he's going to make his return. See if it's triumphant return or not. But it's a return nonetheless. Bottom of the first will be Gary Pettis against Nolan Ryan. 4-4, and against a switch hitter batting left, that's a star line, which is an automatic out. And the automatic out says it's going to be a ground ball to third, 1 down. Walling will throw over. 1 down for Wally Joyner, Wally World. 4-5, that's the ballpark card going to Anaheim Stadium. 4-5 again is a rare play. You know the rare play chart with the bases empty. Bases empty rare play chart. We get a 35. 35 on the rare play bases empty. Grounder to the first baseman. It should be who. It says how flips, but I think it's a typo there. It should be who flips to the pitcher covering for the out. But the pitcher and the hitter collide behind the bag. Check for injury for both the pitcher and the hitter. Wow. Okay, so it's potential that we could lose Wally Joyner and Nolan Ryan on the same play. Wow. Now, first of all, is it an out? It says, yeah, it does say for the out. So the out is recorded. And the out's going to go 3-1, but Nolan Ryan could be injured right here, right off the bat. We're going to check for injury first for Nolan Ryan. So we go to our injury chart. Ryan's injury rating is a 3. So he's actually going to miss. So the question is, will he miss the whole series or just this one game? He is a 3, so let's see what the D6 roll says. That's a 6. It says re-roll on 4. Okay, we're going to re-roll on 4. That's a 2. It's a game plus 1 D6. So he's going to miss 2 games. So he will not miss the entire series. He will just miss this game. So they will need a new pitcher. And now we need to check for Wally Joyner's injury rating. He is a 1. And that's a 4. So the injury rating of 1 and a 4 means he's just going to miss this game. So double injuries for both teams. But the bigger injury goes to the Astros because they lose their starting pitcher, and they will have to go to Danny Darwin early. This is going to be a bullpen game for the Astros for sure. Fortunately, it was an off day yesterday for travel, so the bullpen is well rested. But I'm sure they didn't expect to have Danny Darwin come in this quick. Now, at first base for the Angels, they need a new first baseman to take over for Wally Joyner. See how they want to play this. Now, what they could do is they could move, and I think what they will do, they're going to move George Hendrick to first base and put Rupert Jones in right field. So Hendrick will actually move to first base, and Rupert Jones is going to be in right field hitting second. So those are the moves there. Joyner will just miss this one game, and that's it. He'll be back for game 4. But he's out of the rest of this game. And let's make the notations here on the score sheet, or scorebook, I should say. So Jones, the new right fielder. And his rating in right field, he's a great right fielder. He's a 5, a 6, and a -1 arm. So definitely an upgrade on the defense. For sure. Not as much on the offense. But the bigger issue is Nolan Ryan's only going to go 2/3 of an inning. And he is going to miss the rest of this game. And Danny Darwin's going to be called on to bridge the gap to some of their bullpen guys. First things first, he's going to be pitching to Brian Downing. Brian Downing. With 2 outs and the base is empty, and crowd kind of hushed after that collision at first base and seeing their guy Wally Joyner get hurt. And you run into Nolan Ryan, it's amazing that Joyner didn't get hurt worse than that, but he survived better than Robin Ventura, obviously. Here's Danny Darwin, 4-2 strikeout chance. That is a 6, and he got him. So Downing out on strikes. Darwin strikes out the first batter he faces to end the inning. So nothing doing for California. At the end of 1, it's 1-0 Stros. Mike Witt back out. And Jose Cruz will step up to the plate. Now what that does do for Nolan Ryan is possibly he could come back and pitch game 6 in Houston if need be. And they could have Mike Scott pitch game 7, but I think the normal rest would have Mike Scott pitch game 6. So we'll see how they want to play it. Because you do have Nepper in game 4, but he'd still be injured for game 5. He couldn't take over for Deshae. So I guess they're going to keep Nolan Ryan to pitch game 7 if it gets to that. So Nolan Ryan, his return to Anaheim was cut short, unfortunately for him. Here's Jose Cruz against Witt. 1-3, strikeout chance 19, way too high. Cruz the batter. Little swing. 5-4, he's going to fly to center. 1 down. So 1 away. And that brings up Terry Poole, the designated hitter. Witt, 5-3, strikeout chance 19 again, too high. Poole, 4-4, he's going to ground to first, and the new first baseman, George Hendrick, makes the play. 2 down, and I got to look up the rating for Hendrick. I forgot to change that on the... He's a 2 and a 0 at first base. So I need to make sure I make a note of that. He's a 2-0. So not much, no error, but not much range at all. Joyner was a 4 range. Hendrick only a 2 range. So could see some ground balls get past Hendrick at first base, possibly. Witt to Ashby, 1-2. That's a ball 1 on a wild pitch. 3-3. That's a range play. Now if it gets hit to Hendrick, that would be something. Ashby, 3-6. It's a single pass second. Range of Bobby Grich, he is a 2. Could take that hit away with a 1 or a 2. Otherwise, it stays a single. It's going to stay a single, so Ashby sneaks it past Bobby Grich for a 2-out single. And that's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Craig Reynolds. No strategy roll because Ashby can't go anywhere. Witt 4-4, and that is a automatic out to a lefty. And the automatic out will be a ground ball to Hendrick. He'll just step on the bag to end the inning. So nothing doing for Houston in the second. We go to the bottom of the second, still 1-0. And Astros still kind of in disbelief that they lost Nolan Ryan so early. But that's what happens on the rare plays. Okay, so Reggie Jackson, the DH, steps up. And it will be Jackson, Hendrick, and DeCinces do up. Darwin 5-4. That's a double question mark against a lefty. 1-6 is an automatic out. That's a 9 though, so no automatic out. Jackson will swing 6-2. He lines it hard, but right to second. Doran grabs it out number 1. And here's the new first baseman, George Hendrick. He went from right field to third base. Or to first base, rather. 5-3 is a blank, so we go to Hendrick. 2-2 for Hendrick, star 1, and that is a fly to left, 2 down. 2 down for Doug DeCinces. 5-2, and that's a potential walk. 20 is too high. DeCinces 1-3, star 6 is a fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. So Darwin retiring all 4 he has faced to this point. And we go to the third, still 1-0 Houston. So Danny Darwin being asked to deliver, and so far he has. We go to the top of the third, and top of the order for the Astros will be Billy Hatcher. He singled and scored his first time up. Witt 3-4, strikeout chance, got him. Good idea if you're Mike Witt to keep Billy Hatcher off the bases. And that's certainly one way to do it. Here's Bill Doran. 1-1, automatic out on the star line for switch hitter batting left-handed, and the automatic out is a ground ball to second. So Bobby Grich is there, 2 down for Denny Walling. One 3 strikeout chance 7 is too high. Go to Walling. 3-5, star 1, and that is a ground ball to second again for Grich. He'll handle it easily, and the inning is over. So Mike Witt trying to hold serve and post some zeros, which is what he's doing, trying to keep his team in the game, give his team a chance to score some runs against what they thought was Nolan Ryan, but it turns out now to be Danny Darwin. So here's Grich. 5-5. Against a righty, that's a blank. Grich, 6-6, ground ball to short. Reynolds over to first, 1 down. Brings up Bob Boone. 1-5, that is a blank. Go to Bob Boone. 4-6, ground ball to short. Reynolds once again makes the play. 2 up and 2 down for Dick Schofield, shortstop. Darwin, 3-6, strikeout chance, got him to end the inning. So Danny Darwin has retired all 7 he has faced in relief, and has picked up where Nolan Ryan left off, basically, and pretty much taken it to a new level. He can face 8 batters. He's faced 7 and retired them all. So let's see how much they can get out of him. They're going to go for as long as they can, I think. They're going to try to get at least one more inning out of Darwin if possible. Right now, we start at the top of the 4th. It'll be Glenn Davis. He had the RBI single his first time. Witt 3-2, and that's a blank to a right-hander. Davis 3-3. It's a single past third, so 2 for 2 for Glenn Davis. Not much of a runner. His attempt is 0, so he can't go anywhere. No strategy roll will be needed. Here's Kevin Bass. He hit into a double play his first time up. Trying to avoid that again. 5-3, strikeout chance 19 is too much. We go to Bass. 3-2, that's another single past third, so he didn't hit to a double play. Snuck it right past to Sensei, and back-to-back singles past third base. And the Stros are in business here in the in the top of the fourth, rather. 2 on, nobody out for Jose Cruz. 4-3, strikeout chance, and he got him. Big strikeout there as he gets Jose Cruz. 1 down for the DH, Terry Poole. 2-6, and he's not tired, so there's no single there. Poole, 6-1, fly to center, 2 down. Pettis is a +1 arm, so Davis could make it with a 1. He does not. He's got a hold. So not deep enough, 2 down. Davis still holds at second base for Alan Ashby. 2-1, possible error. 2-4, and that is a fly to right field. And the new right fielder, Rupert Jones, his error rating is a 6, but that is a 10, so no error on the play. Rupert Jones will haul it in, and the inning is over. Another goose egg on the board. We go to the bottom of the fourth, still 1-0, favor of the Houston Astros. And Danny Darwin back out. This will be batter number 8. So after this batter, he will be subject to fatigue. And any roll that's in parentheses, double question mark there, the S1 there, or the 1-1 up there, those 3 rolls will force him to leave the ball game. So here's Gary Pettis, top of the order. Darwin, 1-5 is a blank. We go to Pettis. 5-4, and 5-4 is a single pass short. So Gary Pettis with a leadoff single, and you know he's going to be looking to run. His attempt is a 7. Nothing from Darwin, so 1-7, he gets the jump. He does not. We're not going to have Rupert Jones bunt. So even though he's a good bunter, well, he might bunt him. Why not? He's a 5. I think we will bunt him. Comes a 4 as the infield now is creeped in at the corners. So first things first, Darwin's going to pitch, see if we can get a strikeout or not. 3-6 strikeout chance. We do get a strikeout, so Rupert Jones will strike out trying to bunt. 1 down. So best laid plans of a sacrifice right there did not come to fruition. Pettis now, and now Darwin is tired, so if he hits those parentheses, he's got to go. Pettis, jump again is a 7. And this time he will get the jump. So he is a 16. +1 from Darwin is a 17. And the catcher, Ashby, also a +1 is a 1-18 for Pettis. And he's in there. It's possible throwing error on that 1. Throwing error on Alan Ashby is a 9. So if we roll a 9 or less, we have an error. We do. It's an error, throwing error. So Gary Pettis will now go to third base. He will take third on the throw. So it's a stolen base plus an E2. And he's at third base with only 1 out and Brian Downing the batter. And Darwin, they're going to play the infield in. Strategy roll for pickoffs. Nothing happening. Darwin to Downing, 5-6 ballpark card. We're going to Anaheim Stadium. 5-1, and that's a fly to left, potential sacrifice fly. His sacrifice fly is a 3. And it is. Sacrifice fly, and we got a tie game. Gary Pettis scores on the sacrifice fly from Brian Downing. That's out number 2, but we got a tie game at a run apiece. Things have evened up. Now it's 2 outs and the base is clear for Mr. Reggie. So Reggie Jackson is up. Darwin still, again, is tired, but they're going to try to get him to at least finish the inning. 3-5 as a error on a grounder, possibly. Jackson 4-6. That's a fly to right, so no error to worry about. Inning's over. And I think that's going to do it for Darwin. They're going to cap Darwin right there, and they will go to the bullpen in the 5th. Not sure who it's going to be yet. I believe, let's see who's got the most batters they can face. Well, both of them do, Anderson and Lopez. So I think it's going to be Larry Anderson coming on. So Larry Anderson will be a new pitcher in the bottom of the 5th. Right now for the Angels in the top of the 5th, it is Mike Witt. He's nowhere near tired, as he can face 32 batters. And right now he is nowhere near that mark. He has only faced 17. And batter number 18 will be the 9th place hitter, Craig Reynolds. 1-1, top of the 5th here at Anaheim. 5-1, lefty, it's a blank, so no strikeout plus. 3-1 for Reynolds. He will fly to center, 1 down. And back to the top of the order for Hatcher. Singled and struck out. Singled, scored, and struck out. 1 for 2. Witt, 6-1. Ballpark card going back to Anaheim again. 4-2, and that's a star 4, which is a ground ball to second. Bobby Grich all over it. 2 up, 2 down for Bill Doran. And Witt has really settled in nicely. 2-2 switch hitter means he's batting left, means it's a blank. Here's Doran. 2-6 lines it hard, but right to Hendrick at first. And the inning is over. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Still 1-1. And we got a new pitcher coming on for the Astros. He is now the pitcher of record for Houston. That's Larry Anderson. So Anderson is now the pitcher of record, as he comes in after Darwin did really, really well. Darwin went 3 1/3 innings. Can't ask much more than that. Gave up just the 1 hit and the 1 run, but it wasn't earned because of the error. Error made that run unearned. There would have been no sacrifice fly without that error. So no earned run there. Didn't walk anybody and struck out 3. So really nice outing there for Danny Darwin. He will obviously not be available in Game 4. He will have to rest after 3 1/3 innings of pitching. So Hendrick is now your batter to start things off here in the bottom of the 5th. Sounds strange saying Hendrick the first baseman, but that's what he is because of the Joyner injury. 6-3 is a blank on Larry Anderson. We go to Hendrick. 6-4, he's going to fly to left, 1 down. So Hendrick has flied to left twice, 0 for 2. The Astros have kept him in check. I'll bring up the Sensei. 6-3, and again, same role, but with a righty, it's a blank. Go to the Sensei. 1-6 is going to line hard, but right to Reynolds, 2 down for Bobby Grich. 1-1, again, split chance, but the strikeout goes to the righty, to the lefty, not the righty, so Grich will swing. 3-2, and against a right-hander, that's a ground ball to first. Glenn Davis will take it to the bag himself, and the inning is over. So 5 innings in the books. Nothing's been decided. It's still 1-1. And Mike Witt comes back out. We're facing Denny Walling, Davis, and Bass. Heart of the order for the Astros. Walling, 1 for 2, singled in the first, grounded to second in the third. 3-3 is a range play. 6-3, that's a ground ball to short. Checking the range of Schofield. Schofield's range is pretty good. He's a 4. 1 to 4, he makes the play. And he does. So Schofield takes a potential hit away from Walling. 1 down. And I thought about using Burleson in this game because he's a better hitter than Schofield. But Burleson's only a 3, and that would have been a base hit. So we're going for defense behind Mike Witt. They wanted the best defense they could have behind Mike Witt. So that's why I stuck with Schofield. Here's Davis. 6-1 ballpark card. We're going back to Anaheim Stadium. 4-4, and that's a fly to left. 2 down. So 2 down for Kevin Bass. 5-4, strikeout chance 10, too high. We go to Kevin Bass. 3-4, that's a question mark 9. That's a 3 against a right-hander. That will be a single for Kevin Bass. Against a lefty, he would have doubled, but against a righty, it's a single. So Kevin Bass, 2 for 3. Gets a 2-out single. His attempt is a 3. Nothing happening. Witt to Cruz. 4-1, double question mark. Lefty, 1 to 11 is automatic out, but that's a 16. So Cruz will swing. 1-6, he's going to single to left field. Now the question is, can Bass move up? A little bit harder to get from first to third on a single to left. First, third on a single to left, you lose 2 off your run rating. Bass is a 4 that drops into a 2. With 2 outs, he bumps it back up to a 3. Brian Downing's arm in left field is a 0. So 1 to 3, and Kevin Bass will make it. He does. So Kevin Bass does get to third base with 2 outs. Runners are on the corners. Back-to-back singles with 2 outs. And that brings up the designated hitter, Terry Poole. No strategy roll needed. Witt to Poole, 5-2. That's the ballpark card again, going back to Anaheim. 5-4, that's a single plus to center field. So Bass will score and Cruz will automatically take third. Poole will have to go try for the double. He will have to try that double. No provision in the rule I could find, unless you want to homebrew it, that says you hold him. But he's going to try it. He's a base run rating of 2. But Pettis' arm in center, look at his arm, he is a +1. So that makes it a 1 to 3 for Poole to be safe. And he is. So Poole actually gets a double, RBI double for Terry Poole. Turns from a single to a double. Good hustle by Mr. Poole. And the Astros reclaim the lead 2-1 with 2 outs. All this with 2 outs. The first 2 batters were out. And then a single, and now a double. And Astros trying to get some distance between themselves and the Angels. Here's Ashby. Witt, 1-1. Automatic out against the switch hitter batting left, so that gets Witt out of the inning. It will be a ground ball to second. Gritch is there. Inning's over. But the Astros take a 2-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th. 2-1 lead for the Stros. And Bob Boone will lead things off against Larry Anderson. Anderson faced 3 batters, 3 up and 3 down his 1 inning, so he still can face 4 batters before he gets tired. First one he'll face will be Boone. Anderson, 3-4, and he's not tired, so no single. Oops, go to Boone. 6-3, star 2, and that is a ground ball to Doran at second. 1 down. And that will bring up Dick Schofield. Anderson, 4-4. That is a strikeout chance. 8 does not get him. Schofield will get the swing. 1-4 is going to fly to right, 2 down. Put away by Kevin Bass. And that brings up Gary Pettis. Anderson, 1-5, hit by pitch. but that's not going to happen. He's a -3 and Pettis is a 0, so no chance for that. Pettis 4-5, and that's a ground ball to first to end the inning. Glenn Davis will step on the bag himself, and that's going to do it for the Angels here in the 6th. We go to the top of the 7th. It is still 2-1 favor of Houston. Mike Witt back out. Witt has faced 26 batters, so he's still good to go. He can face 6 more before he gets tired. And with no DH, there's no strategy of removing a pitcher early for a pinch hitter, so you can let him go as long as he basically let him pitch till his arm falls off, I guess. So here's Witt to Reynolds. 6-6 is a strikeout chance, 12 too high. Reynolds 6-3. He will single pass, or out to center field rather. So Reynolds, his first hit of the game, a leadoff single. No attempt on, so no strategy roll is needed. Billy Hatcher is up. 1-6, blank to Hatcher. He'll swing. 6-4, and it is a star 2, which is a ground ball to short, possible double play. He's a 1. There's a 1 there, there's a 2, and infield halfway makes it a 3. The pivot is a 0. So 1-3 for a double play. And it's actually runner advance. So the only play ends up being on Hatcher. 6-3 goes the ground out. Hatcher is retired, but Reynolds is now at second base with 1 out for Bill Doran. Again, no strategy roll needed. 5-1, blank to a lefty. Go to Doran. 3-1, ground ball to second. That's out number 2, but Reynolds will take third on the ground out. So Reynolds is now at third base with 2 outs for Denny Walling. Walling, a very good hitter. You wonder if we might consider walking him, but Glenn Davis is 2 for 3, so either bring in a lefty reliever, but I think you want to leave Witt in the game, so they're just going to ask Mike Witt to bear down here with 2 outs and a runner at third. Witt 1-1, and he does bear down, gets the automatic out against the lefty, and it's going to be a fly to center field, hauled in by Pettis, and the inning is over. So nothing doing for Houston in the top of the 7th. We will go to the 7th inning stretch with the score. Still Houston 2 and California 1. A nice pitching duel here at Anaheim. And since it's going to be the 7th inning stretch, we will take a pause and get ready for Take Me Out to the Ball Game. All right, 7th inning stretch is in the books. And we look at Larry Anderson to start the bottom of the 7th. Larry Anderson can face 7 batters. So far, he has faced 6, retired all 6 he has faced. But knowing he's going to be getting tired very shortly, the Astro bullpen is loosening. They do have double barrel action. They have Charlie Kerfeld and lefty Jeff Calhoun, both loosening in the pen just in case Larry Anderson begins to falter. Right now it'll be Rupert Jones to lead things off for the Angels as they trail at 2-1, going to the bottom of the 7th. Jones struck out trying to hit a sacrifice bunt his first time up. 5-6 is a blank. We go to Rupert Jones. 4-5, he will fly to center, 1 away. 1 down for Brian Downing. And now Anderson is tired, so anything that's in the parentheses, he will have to be removed from the game. 3-5, and he just missed that. 3-4 would have been a tired roll. 3-5 is a blank to a righty. Go to Downing. 6-6 lines it hard, but right to Reynolds at short. 2 down. And that will now bring up Reggie Jackson, designated hitter. Anderson, 1-5, hit by pitch chance. Nope, no hit by pitch. We go to Reggie. 6-4, star 2, and that's a ground ball to second to end the inning. Nothing doing there for the Angels. And that's going to do it for Larry Anderson. He's going to go 3 innings. So he won't be available in Game 4 either. But if the Astros get 3 games and none lead, they won't worry about it. Right now, we go to the top of the 8th. Mike Witt has faced 30 batters. He can face 32. So they're going to leave him in here a little bit longer, but the bullpen is loosening. They do have Terry Forster, a lefty, and Doug Corbett, a righty, both loosening in the pen. And for the Astros, Calhoun has sat down, and so has Kerfeld. And actually, Senor Smoke, Aurelio Lopez, is loosening in the pen. He may come in and pitch the 8th. Try to set it up for Dave Smith. We shall see how it plays out. First things first is Glenn Davis. Witt, 3-4, strikeout chance, 13, too high. Go to Davis. 3-1, fly to left, 1 away. So 1 down for Kevin Bass, the right-hander. Witt, 5-6, against a switch hitter batting. He will bat left-handed against the righty, so that's a straight-up home run chance on a 5-6. He's an 11. That's a 3. Kaboom! Kevin Bass just cracks a home run, and then maybe they left Witt in 1 batter too long. Bass had figured him out. He was 2 for 3. Make it 3 for 4. And Bass, the switch hitter, hits the home run, and that's going to be it for Mike Witt. He will have to leave the ball game, and Terry Forster, a lefty, will be coming on to pitch to the left-handed Jose Cruz. But damage done is now 3-1, a very big insurance run for the Astros as they try to take a commanding 3-0 lead and actually try to do what the 2022 Astros did. They're trying to go 7-0 in the first 7 games of the playoffs, and they're well on their way to do that. They're getting ready to be 6-0 if the Angels don't do something quickly. So here is Forster. Witt pitched well, but he's on the hook for the loss because of no run support. So here's Forster to Cruz. 5-5, and that is a straight-up single. Straight-up single on Forster's card. So Cruz will get the base hit, and that'll send up the designated hitter Terry Poole, but he's going to be called back with the lefty on the mound. They're going to bring in somebody else to DH, and that's going to be Jim Pankovitz. So Pankovitz will pinch hit for Poole as they do the DH platoon thing. So Pankovitz is on. No strategy roll. Well, there's a pickoff chance, so we'll do that. But there's no 20, so nothing going on. Forster to Pankovitz. 6-6 is a blank. We go to Pankovitz. 4-5, and he's going to fly to right field for out number 2. 2 down. Brings up Ashby. 6-4, and that is a ballpark card. So we're going to Anaheim Stadium. Whoops, let's get Ashby up here first. Well, we don't need Ashby because we're going to Anaheim Stadium. Never mind. We're going to go to Anaheim Stadium. 2-5, and that's a question mark 7. That's a 5, and that's a base hit to left field. Base hit to left, so Cruz cannot move up. I don't think. Let's check. He might be able to. I take it back. He might be able to. Base hit to left for Ashby. And let's see. Cruz would drop to a 0, going from first to third, but there's 2 outs, makes him a 1. And then Downing in left field, his arm is a 0. So it'd be a 1. He needs a 1 to reach third base. He does not. It's a 6, so possibly somebody might be out here. Let's look at the chart. On a 6 and a 0 arm, a 1 to 3, then we go to this chart. 4 through 6, Cruz will put on the brakes. It's a 6, so he's going to put on the brakes because the 1 through 3 would have gone to that other chart. But he put on the brakes, screeches to a halt as the third base coach put up the stop sign. And now first and second with 2 outs, and we'll get a pinch hitter for Reynolds at short, and that will be Dickie Thon. So Thon will come on and pinch hit for Reynolds. And that's, I believe, going to cause a corresponding move by the Angels, as the motion has been made to the bullpen for Doug Corbett. So Forster leaves. Corbett is in. So we end up with righty versus righty. But Thon's a better defender, so that's one of the reasons why they want him in there. He's got the 4 range versus the 3 range. So Thon is aboard to bat, and Corbett takes over for Forster. Forster pitched a third of an inning, giving up a hit. Nothing else. Runner on second is his responsibility. Corbett now trying to keep his team in the game. It's 3-1. They're still in the game, but a base hit here could blow this thing wide open. So Dickie Thon going to bat here against Corbett. Strategy roll is not on, so pitch away Corbett. 1-6, hit by pitch. Not going to happen. We go to Dickie Thon. 2-4, he's going to fly to left, and that's going to end the inning. So they keep the Astros at 1 run in the inning and keep the score at 3-1, so they're still in the ball game. But tough outing there for Mike Witt. He pitched very well and deserved a better fate, but the run support just wasn't there for him. So now Larry Anderson's day is done. He went those 3 innings. All you can really ask of him for sure. And now it would be Senor Smoke, Aurelio Lopez, coming on for the Astros. Aurelio Lopez. He had 7 saves on the season, so it's possible if he pitches well in the 8th, they could have him pitch the 9th, but I believe it's going to be Dave Smith time after that. Right now for the Astros, it'll be Hendrick, DeSensei, and Grich. Lots of lefties on the bench. They do have Howell and Wilfong on the bench from the left side. White's a switch hitter, and Burleson's a righty. So when you get down to Boone and Schofield, I'm sure there'll be pinch hitters going on. Right now it's Hendrick against Lopez. 1-6, potential walk. That's too high. Go to Hendrick. 1-6 again, question mark 7, but against a righty, it only goes to 8. That's a 16. He would have tripled against a lefty, which is why he's so effective against lefties, but against righties, simply going to be a fly to left. Run down out there by Jose Cruz, and Hendrick is 0 for 3 all 3 times he's flown to Jose Cruz in left field. They were getting to be best buddies over there. 1 down for DeSensei. 4-1, double question mark against a right-hander. 1-15 is a single. So DeSensei will get himself a base hit. And now the tying run comes to the plate in Bobby Grich. Strategy rolls are still on. So it'd be a 3 if you want to get the jump. Not going to happen. Infield double play depth. Here's Lopez to Grich. 6-1 blank. We go to Grich. 1-1, liner to short, possible double play. With a runner on first and a liner to short, the only way it's going to be a double play is if this is a 1. It is not. So DeSensei gets back, but Grich hit it hard, but right to the shortstop for 2 down. And now Bob Boone is being called back, and they will go to a pinch hitter off the bench, and it will be Jack Howell, typical third baseman outfielder, but they will bring in Jack Howell to pinch hit. He's got the best average of all the lefties at 272. He will come in and pinch hit, and Jerry Narron will come in to catch for the Angels in place of Boone. So Jack Howell, the pinch hitter. Let's write that on the scorebook. And then Narron catching in the 9th. So Howell and Narron. So that leaves Burleson, White, and Wilfong on the bench. And we know Narron now is going to be the new catcher. But right now it's Jack Howell. Strategy roll. Nothing happening. Lopez to Howell. 4-3. He's not tired, so there's no single there. Go to Howell. 2-6. Fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. The Angels offense they were bludgeoning the Yankee pitching, but they've hit the Houston pitching and found to be a different story altogether. We go to the 9th. Still 3-1. Corbett faced 2 batters. He can face 7, so he's going to stay out there. Corbett will stay out there, as they have Hatcher, Doran, and Walling coming up. Actually, Corbett will come out. They'll go to a lefty because with the batters coming up, they're going to go to a lefty. So it is going to be Gary Lucas time. Gary Lucas will be on. That will force Doran to bat right-handed, and also Walling to bat against a lefty versus batting against a righty. Could bring in Garner, but you don't want to lose Walling's defense, so they'll let Walling hit against the lefty Lucas. So Corbett went a third of an inning. Gave up a hit, nothing else. Same as Forster. All right. Lucas to Hatcher. 1-1. Strikeout chance 17. Way too high. Hatcher 3-2. Question mark 8 against the lefty. It goes to 17. That's an 8. That's a double. Oops, I left the sensei on base there, didn't I? Hatcher doubles to lead off, and he is just doing it again for the Astros. His second hit, he singled and scored in the first. He now hits a leadoff double here in the top of the 9th. And maybe they should have left. Second guessers maybe should say they should have left Corbett in to face Hatcher and then brought in Lucas, but hindsight is always 20/20, as they say. 3-1 game, so the difference is 2 runs with only 1 inning left, so no strategy rolls are going to be employed. Going straight to Doran. 3-6 blank. We go to Doran. 6-3. He's going to single to right field for Doran. Question is, can Hatcher score? The new right fielder, remember from the earlier on, it was Rupert Jones. And Rupert Jones's arm is a -1 arm. So Hatcher is a 4, but the -1 arm drops him to a 3. Single to right to score. You add 1, brings him back to a 4. So 1-4, and Hatcher will come across the plate and score. He does. So Billy Hatcher, RBI single from Bill Doran. And what another big insurance run. And Gary Lucas gives it up. Here's Denny Walling. Lucas to Walling, 4-6, strikeout chance 14, too high. Go to Walling. 5-4, ground ball to second, possible double play. He's a 2-0. Infield halfway makes it a 3. The pivot, Schofield, is a +1 to make it a 4. 1-4 for a double play. And they turn it. 4-6-3 double play. 2 quick outs. And that'll bring up Glenn Davis. 2 outs and the base is empty. 3-1, or 4-1 rather, Astros lead. 5-3, strikeout chance, 17 too much. 6-4, and that is a double to left field for Glenn Davis. And boy, good thing they got that double play. That saved their bacon temporarily. But here comes Kevin Bass, who's done damage all along to the Angels. First base is open. They're going to walk Kevin Bass. They want no part of Kevin Bass whatsoever. They will intentionally walk him and face Jose Cruz on a lefty-to-lefty matchup with 2 outs and 2 on. Lucas, 5-1 strikeout chance, and he got him. So strategy pays off as they strike out Jose Cruz to end the inning. But an all-important insurance run comes in for the Astros, and we go to the bottom of the 9th. Is there going to be any 9th inning magic left for the Angels? They'll have to do it against Dave Smith, the closer. So Dave Smith is on. It is a safe situation at 4-1, so Dave Smith is on. Plus, you don't want to use Lopez 2 innings because he won't be available next, and you've already lost Darwin and Anderson tomorrow, so got to keep Lopez fresh. He only faced 4 batters, so he's definitely good to go. 1 inning pitched and a hit, nothing else. So he's able to come back in the Game 4. All right, Schofield is your scheduled batter. Of course, he will not hit. And they will go to the bench for Rick Burleson. So Rick Burleson will pinch hit for Schofield to start the 9th. Looking for 9th inning magic. He's a righty against a righty, but he's got the best average at 284, where Wilfong is hitting like 219, the lefty. And Devon White's hitting 235. So got to go with the best average and hope you don't get that righty split chance that kills you on that, but that's the chance you take. 1-5 strikeout plus. It didn't matter who was pinch hitting. He was gone. Dave Smith with the strikeout. Takes care of Burleson. 1 down for Gary Pettis. And the Angels down to their final 2 outs. Smith, 4-5. Ballpark card going to Anaheim for Gary Pettis. 6-6. It's a ground ball to second, and Doran is there, 2 down. And now it's all up to Rupert Jones. Last chance for the Angels. Angels will get Wally Joyner back in Game 4. And they're going to need him. Smith, 3-1. Strikeout plus to a righty, but to a lefty it's a blank. So go to Rupert Jones. 4-1. Star 1. It's a ground ball to first. Davis steps on the bag, and the Astros have done it again. And they lead it 3-0 over the California Angels. And things are not looking good here in sunny Southern California. Be right back with the totals and set up for Game 4. All right, we're back for the totals. For the Astros, 4 runs, 15 hits, 1 error, and 10 left. For the Angels, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. Winning pitcher, well, since Ryan got injured in the first inning, it's up to official score to give the preference. And since Darwin went 3 1/3 and Anderson went 3, I'm going to give it to Darwin. He came in and really solidified everything after Ryan went out. So I'm going to give the win to Danny Darwin as the official score. Loss goes to Mike Witt, and Dave Smith gets the save. The Astros take a commanding 3-0 lead. Game 4 coming up. Wally Joyner will be back in the lineup. Nolan Ryan's out for a couple more games, but it may not even matter because he might not get to his start anyway. It would be Game 7 if he started again, so chances are they will not get to that. It will be 2 lefties. It'll be Bob Nepper for the Astros getting the start against John Candelaria for the Angels in Game 4. If the Angels somehow manage to win that, then Game 5 would revert back to the Game 1 starters, Don Sutton for the Angels and Jim DeShays for the Astros. So that's going to do it from here. Astros continue their hot ways, lead the series 3-0 with a 4-1 victory over the Angels, and their pitching was just stellar. Held the Angels to 2 measly singles, a Pettis single in the 4th where he stole second, went to third on a throwing error by Ashby, and then scored on a sacrifice fly. And then a 1-out single in the 8th by DeSensei, and that was it. That's the only 2 hits the Angels got, and DeSensei was the lone runner left on base. So that's going to do it from Anaheim. 3-0 Astro lead. In case anybody's curious, I have not forgotten about the Buffalo Bees, and I've not forgotten about the Stratomatic Demolition League. I just want to get this series complete. And once this series is done, then I can focus on the other two and commit more of my time to that. But I want to get this done first. And of course, because 4 games, that'll help me get done faster. But I would like to see the Angels at least win 1 game to make it competitive. But that's up to the dice. It's not up to me. I try to manage fairly to both teams, and you never know what can happen. That's going to do it from here. Hope you enjoyed that presentation of Inside Pitch. Till next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.